Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from October 24th through the 26th, 2025. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle coming out for Gemini. Ooh, gosh. You have a lot of wisdom. Goodness gracious. Look, intuition and manifestation and planning and action. This tells me right now, just off this alone, they're telling me that you need to remember that they could strip everything from you. Things could be stripped from you, okay? You could be warred against, they could come after you, they could take everything you've got, but what they cannot take away from you is your wisdom, okay? And you need to remember that every time, every moment you wake up, everything that you do over the weekend, and be empowered. You freaking matter. You understand? I don't care. I'm getting chills. I'm feeling emotional because I don't know what this is. It feels like somebody or something, someone feels like everything is against them. People are against them. The love relationship, like you could be in a romantic connection. This could be at work. It's like you always feel like you're fighting something, an invisible battle. Or it could be visible. It could be out in the open. It could be like open season on you, everybody sees it type of thing. Whatever it is, they want you to say, I am worthy of the very best in life, and I now lovingly allow myself to accept it. And by lovingly allowing yourself to accept it, remember this: you are ready to take action on the things that you know to be true. Your wisdom, take action. Wisdom is knowledge in action, if I'm being honest with you. It's time to start healing. Realize you are your greatest gift. You are your greatest gift. You have more power than you realize. You gotta, I would say that the powerful people, let's just put this out here. Powerful people aren't loud. They aren't aggressive. That's a false sense of power. The most powerful person is the one who can speak their truth calmly, right? The most powerful person in any argument, if you look at an argument, today it's almost vice versa, right? The most powerful person is the loudest one, the most aggressive one, right? You look on social media or you look at these reality shows. I used to make jokes with my friends. We'd be sitting down and we would twist the caps off our water bottle and just be like, yeah, just in case I got to splash you in the face, because that's all we kept seeing on shows. You know, I hope that this show would speak of the actual reality of being maybe in the music industry or something. And instead it turns into a brawl of foolishness, right? And because I used to look and be like, ooh, I want to know the background of things. I thought that like love and hip hop, I thought that would show that we are people that find love in hip hop, and we find this is the things that we enjoy to, like the projects that we're working on or whatever. And it turned into like, what in the world? I'm like, every time a show comes on, it's drama. But in that instance, with the way the world is, we see the loudest one, the most aggressive one, usually is the one everybody goes, oh, nobody plays with that person. But the most powerful person in any situation is the one that is able to think calmly, the one that speaks their truth calmly and doesn't waver, right? Or can understand when there's nothing that needs to be said. The proof is in the pudding. We could just, that's just it, right? And this tells me that you are your greatest gift, basically, right? Your life's journey is your masterpiece. Don't give anyone the shine in your life by acting as though, oh, if it wasn't for them doing me so bad, my life wouldn't be this way. They're not the author of your freaking life, and they are not the most important player. They're not the main character. Don't give them that energy. I don't care if they took and stripped everything from you. You're the main character regardless. It's almost to be a hero's journey. That, oh, they could have taken everything from Superman. Superman still flew. And so it doesn't matter what they take. They can come and pillage their home and take everything out of his home. It doesn't matter. He's more powerful than whatever possession he may have. Same with you. They want you to know that you are a very magnetic person, that you are very, for some reason, there's a lot of seductive energy around you. And I would be very cautious with that kind of energy. I feel that you have whatever feelings you have when it comes to love, especially, they're real and they're worth exploring. They're worth asking some questions. That you're ready to look at things for what they are. You're ready now to take accountability for where you are. You're ready to gain some level of stability. Your greatest stability is self, grounded in who you are, knowing who the heck you are. I feel that with the full energy over this reading tells me that for many of you, you've just got to cold turkey, turn away from some things and take a risk, take a leap of faith in a new direction. You already know what you're dealing with. You already know what was behind you. You know, for many of you, that's your journey over the weekend, is to contemplate this. I feel like a lot of people are going to be all in your face, but it doesn't matter, right? Look, use your wisdom. I'm seeing angel number 9999. That's usually about taking stock of our accomplishments and how we arrived at them. Once again, you are the greatest gift in your entire life. No one else gets the benefit of recognition for where your life is, right? Even if someone helped you, even if someone helped you, like if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have housing, blah, blah, blah. But if it wasn't for you saying you needed it, you wouldn't have it in the first place. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for you creating the need, there would be no giving. You have to look at it that way. Like if it wasn't, I know at least even for me or many other people, right? You're like, oh gosh, I need all this help and I needed all this stuff. And it's almost like a shame to be in need of anything in this world today, right? And that's one of the biggest, speaking of reality television and these celebrities and such, one of the biggest things that I always see is like they're always talking about, mind your tax bracket, and or throwing out to another person that you're broke. That's supposed to be a diss. Everyone at one point was broke. Let's take a picture or a snapshot of your life 20 years ago. How about that? It's not a diss. It's not a deficit of a human character trait. It's not a character trait, but it can be if you're perpetually this way, even if you have opportunity and you squander it. I mean, it's different. It's a whole different ballgame. But they want you to know that you're making it, okay? Whenever you see 9999, it's a reminder to just keep freaking going. Maintain optimism and drive towards your goals. Keep that going. Know that the powers of heaven have your back. They just want you to keep going. Like you're ready. Angels are like, you're ready. Let's go. I'm behind you. Okay? And planning and action is Two of Pentacles and the Emperor. It's about keeping your momentum, but also that's your strength, is your stability, is your endurance. Okay? Now you have the Star, Five of Cups, and Justice with intuition and manifestation. Tells me that things are going to balance out for you, right? Because blessed are those who suffer, right? And you're blessed because you are being shown that spirit is there for you when you're suffering. That's a blessing, because most people walk through this life and they're like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's there's a higher power. I don't know. That's probably the worst feeling to have, is to be like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. I only believe in what I see. That's one of the most one-dimensional ways of looking at life. And also in this world too, suffering is considered such a bad thing, a character flaw. But a lot of times when we're suffering, that's when the universe lets you know you exist, you are real. That's when you are able to see miracles, right? Because you're at the bottom. All you have is to hope on is a miracle. That's a blessing, because now you know it's real. That's a blessing. And Spirit wants you to understand that. Okay, so they want you to know that's something that you may see in your life, is that, you know what, finally justice is going to come for me. I know that as long as I have faith and I keep doing what I need to do, that I know that my journey is going to be one that's a masterpiece, that my life is a symphony right now. And maybe right now you're in the quiet phase of when the crescendo is about to build. Maybe your crescendo is building and it's chaotic. Well, it's going to make sense. The audience gasps, kind of thing. Family, friends, and guides. You have strength in Six of Pentacles. This tells me that the powers of heaven are focused on you getting what you deserve. Okay, this is passed on loved one energy or ancestral energy, which is the same thing. Spirit guides, This is guardian angel energy, whichever deity that you're saying, you're like, listen, this deity, this demigod is behind me, whichever, right? Because it's all here, focused on you, encouraging you to keep putting in the effort. It's going to pay off. Transformation, strength again in Ace of Wands. What's going to change is a new burst of energy. Not only that, you're in the middle of it. Transformation is about saying, I'm on the fool's errand. I've left something behind and I'm on my way to my destination. I'm in that in between. So therefore, you are on the way to something that you are determined to reach, a goal that you're determined to reach. I'm seeing that it's just so important that you take action. A lot of you would need to use jade, the stone, or the color even. Incorporate that into your weekend. If you have a jade figurine, I used to collect jade elephants when I was young. You want to take jade and you want to use that stone by wearing the jewelry, having the figurine or the stone itself, no matter the state of it, around in your pocket, on your desk, in your car, somewhere. It will inspire you to take the correct actions. They want you to know how wise you are. Okay? Jade also is corresponding with our heart chakra, which is the fourth chakra. Okay, and the heart chakra connects all of the upper and the lower chakras. It's important. It's located in the chest area, which correlates with the heart, the lungs, the arms, the hands, the diaphragm, your circulatory system, your thymus, which is responsible for the immune system regulation, right? The colors like green, sometimes it's pink. So it when it's balanced, and what heart chakra means is the words associated is unbeaten, boundless, right? It governs usually. Heart chakra is the aspect of like love, compassion, empathy, forgiveness, connection. And so when it's balanced, you experience unconditional love. You experience deep empathy, forgiveness for things, right? Emotional healing and compassion, which we already have discussed. But when it's blocked, we experience a lot of grief, a lot of loneliness, a fear of betrayal, emotional instability, the inability to forgive, which would cause one to be stagnant and stuck, okay? Because now you're stuck on the problems and you can't see a way through. And the things like you would know if it's blocked because you would experience like a heart disease or heart issues, asthma. Maybe it would be worsening if you do suffer from it. Lung conditions, respiratory issues, chest pain, circulatory problems, just the fear of love, right? Difficulty forming any relationships, right? And so I'm seeing a lot of people being attracted to you, but then at some point you may feel all people do is take and rob and such, and that's the inability to forgive. Now, what you want to do if you are suffering from any of these things, because we all go through stuff, sometimes our chakras are so out of alignment and bent out of shape, you know what I mean? This happens, okay? Grief can cause an imbalance in our heart chakra. A lot of different things can. Loneliness can, okay? Maybe being betrayed causes a fear of betrayal because it's hard to forgive the betrayal. I can only imagine. And I'm not, we're not immune to it. Almost all of us have experienced some level of something that throws this off. So you would want to use rose quartz, of course, jade, rhodonite, emerald, green aventurine. And using them, like I said, would be to wear it, to have it around on your person somewhere, to just have it around, right? Hold it in your palm. Feel that energy coming through. I don't know if you attempt to do that, right? To feel the energy off of the stone. Just lay it in your palm. You want to use these oils. Touch is a very important sensory. Well, it's a very important sense to use for the heart chakras. Touch. So you want to make sure you're touching this stone, right? Rose, lavender, ylang-ylang, bergamot, geranium. You want to use these oils in a diffuser where the scent, have the scent around, even the flowers itself or the herbs itself. And you want to eat more green leafy vegetables, drink green tea, have apples, red or orange. avocados, nuts, pears is very, these things are helpful to the heart chakra. All right, so this weekend, look into your Saturn returns also, which is basically wherever Saturn was when we were born, when it returns to that same configuration, or the same placement, which happens roughly every 27 years. So you might be in that space. And Saturn return just basically represents the disciplines we gain or learn, learn through the lessons that we've learned over the time period. Saturn represents lessons, discipline, order. So you want to look into where, our principles in life, how our principles are developed through life. And you want to look at where that is. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Aries very heavily, Leo heavily as well, Libra. Okay, so if you're not dealing with these signs, which you don't have to be, these signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.